Some trips are planned, some trips are earned, and some trips begin in the Wichita airport after voluntarily getting bumped from a flight. This is the story of how a delayed flight turned into one of the most beautiful road trips of our lives. From rugged edge of Washington through the winding Oregon coast into the redwoods of Northern California, and finally beneath the towers of the Golden Gate Bridge. This wasn't just a vacation, this was a bucket list drive. And the chance to run Highway 1 on the Pacific Coast, a chance for a lifelong photographer to see if the beauty of the Pacific Northwest could really be captured. Or are some places just too wild for a lens?
Nope.
So grab a coffee, buckle up, and let's go chase the coast. Truth be told, this trip started in Wichita, Kansas. I had just finished a corporate hypnosis show and was heading to Dallas for another one when the airline asked for volunteers to please step off the plane. Some people hear travel delay, I hear future adventure. $1,300 in vouchers later, and I was mentally halfway to the Pacific Ocean. The downside? I had to spend 8 hours in the Wichita airport. And let me tell you, Wichita airport has two speeds, slow and slower. I did manage to get some fish tacos, which were fine if your standards are airport, and a shocking celebrity sighting. I saw Tommy Shaw from Styx, which felt appropriate because I had too much time on my hands. That's a horrible joke, but we'll stick with it. I got home and said to my wife, let's do this. Let's book a trip in April. She's like, where? What sunshine state? No, the Pacific Coast Highway. Imagine us going from Astoria down to San Francisco. Sounds cold. It does. I wanted moody weather. Big swells, storm-like waves smashing into cliffs like nature was showing off. So we booked it. And there we were, flying from Iowa to Portland to begin the journey. First stop, Multnomah Falls. This one was on her list. And honestly, good call. Towering water, roaring mist, and enough spray in the air to make every camera lens instantly regret coming. But I wanted that iconic postcard shot. The photography is timing. Timing said, not today, Doug. Late afternoon sun sat behind the falls, blowing out the sky and daring me to fix it in post. Still, some places don't need perfect conditions because I was able to grab this. And this place is stunning any way you look at it. And from there, we headed northwest up to Ilwaco, Washington. Gateway to Cape Disappointment. And what a name. A place basically telling you in advance, don't get your hopes up. But I wanted dramatic shots of waves crashing. Instead, the road was closed. Cape Disappointment 1, Doug 0.
This is where I was hoping to catch all the waves. There's no waves. Can't catch waves if there's no waves. Shit.
So we pivoted, right? Sometimes the pivot becomes the memory, because we hiked up to the lighthouse, and then we went down to Dead Man's Cove to watch the sunset melt into the Pacific, which got me thinking, how many people died down here? Lesson learned, when Plan A closes, sunsets still happen. So we headed back into town of Ilwaco. We stayed at the Salt Pub and Grill or something like that. We didn't stay at the restaurant. There was a motel above it. Pretty cool little place. Got it on Airbnb. Quiet harbor surrounded by little shops, mostly closed for the season we were there. Because remember, it's April. It felt like we had the harbor to ourselves. And honestly, that was perfect. I walked around and grabbed a few of these shots. Spent the morning there. Took our time getting out of it because we don't know where we're staying next. We never picked out a place on the way down. We just looked at a part of the map and said, let's stay here. Looked up an Airbnb at every place and just got it that day. But before we took off, we stopped at this quaint little coffee shop, learned a little about the town, met a cat named Pearl. She either really likes snails or, I don't know, escargot. Then we hopped on the road, headed south back to Astoria, Oregon. A town rich in fishing history, movie history, and childhood nostalgia. This is Goonies country. As we were driving, I looked at my wife and said, the museum. I said, damn, Mike's dad worked at that place. Right across the street, the jail where the Fratellis escaped. And yes, black ORV with bullet holes. Mikey, this isn't the kind of place you want to go to the bathroom in. If you know, you know. And we got back in the car. We ate some tacos from this place we went to. I don't remember the name of it. It was pretty good. It was right next to a dispensary. We noticed that. And I was like, what a bright idea. Good idea, bro. As soon as we got out of the car, all we heard was, I'm like, what is that?
Maybe that's what it is. It's either tugboat or seals. I don't see no seals. Oh, yeah, they are.
Sea lions. Sounded like an argument at a biker wedding. We went up to the Goonies' house.
This is where they did the truffle shuffle. How they do the truffle shuffle.
Just sat there and thought, I want my bike, I want my bike.
This is where Data came from. He slid into the screen door.
What are we doing?
We're walking away from the Goonies. Right up.
Oh, yeah, we are. Okay.
We leaving.
All right, we're experienced hikers. 1 1/4 mile should be easy. Stairs? Really? Yeah, this should be no problem. We were heading down to that beach to see where, where the ship went by on the Goonies. But it kept getting more and more difficult. Like Chester Copperpot difficult.
My turn now. It's super easy for short people. That's the only thing on this hike.
Sucked in a bug or something.
What's that?
I don't know, but what is that?
What that was is a huge cliff. And I think I saw Chester Copperpot way down there.
It's a long ways down.
Thought we could just slide down the hill, I guess. Maybe.
You want to slide down this hill?
No, was the answer. And we kept going, but yeah, this was the end of the road for us. We could not figure out how to get down on that beach. This family of 4 did, but we could not figure it out. So we moved on. Saw a cool car. Saw a guy on a unicycle going down the mountain, literally down the mountain, then back up it. What a psycho. Stopped in this town and saw another psycho, dressed just like her dog. Kept going. Saw the place where we like to get our cheese, Tillamook. Any rate, next stop, Lincoln City, Oregon. Oceanfront Airbnb at the Vista Del Mar. Wind everywhere, salt spray in the air. I sat on the deck with my Sony 200 to 600 millimeter lens, photographing the waves. I saw a guy flying a kite directly into the ground over and over. This is what I did. One guy was trying to impress his girlfriend by sprinting in and out of the freezing ocean. Nothing says romance like hypothermia.
Oh shit. Get the hell out of here, get the hell out of here, get the hell out of here. Run, 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 run.
Now this is where our rental car should
Holy shit.
probably come into the picture
I
here.
hope this van can do it. Excuse me, Avis. You wouldn't happen to have a number of a good towing company, would you? Oh my god. Can we make it through that? Yeah, we can make it through that. We're good. We're good.
You see, I booked a small SUV like a Mazda CX-9 or something of that nature. And when we showed up at the airport in Portland, they offered me a Jeep Rubicon. We are driving down the Pacific Coast Highway along the cliffs. I respectfully declined because there was no universe where I was going to white knuckle the cliff roads in a lifted Jeep. And at gas at nearly $6 and $7 in California, I thought, probably not going to take the 18 miles per gallon Jeep. So we landed in a Kia Carnival minivan, which turned out to be the elite road trip package. It's comfortable, man. It was spacious and somehow beach capable. I'll get to that in a little bit. It's ripping on the beach, dude. Check out the Kia Carnival, dude. Made it through.
These better be good. I don't know if my car is going to get up that hill. I mean, that sand was deeper than I thought when I came in. I was like, holy shit. Hey, buddy. How you doing?
I spent probably an hour taking pictures of family, taking pictures of people feeding seagulls, pooped on by seagulls, Nature teaches you fast. And after spending time catching the sunset there, I thought I better head back before it gets too dark. And as I approached my car, I noticed a Nissan Altima buried up to the axles in the sand. I thought, oh God. And well, this story will tell you the rest of it, of what I was thinking at the time.
Somebody's stuck behind me, so I can't even go because they're stuck. Awesome. I mean, would I go ripping by them? Mine look like I bang into them or something. Literally, that car is stuck in the mud, or in the sand. I gotta go that way. I don't wanna go blasting by them, but dude, I can't sit down here forever. I gotta get out of here. I'm going for it. Anybody behind me? Well, I'm gonna blow right by him here in a second. I'm gonna have to. I wanna make it out of here as well. Got it. Oh yeah. Come on, Kia. Holy shit. I blew by him. I felt terrible, but you know what? Who brings a sports car down there with 19-inch rims? What are you, stoned, dude? A homeless guy was walking over like, I got you. We're gonna chronicle it from upstairs here. We're gonna go get pictures of it though inside. Here we go. This Nissan, whatever it is, Maxima or something like that, I can't tell, Toyota Corolla, they just buried this thing into the sand. I barely made out. You can see the tracks. Yeah, I didn't think I was gonna make it out, so I had to go blowing by them. Nobody drove right by too. Everybody's driving right by, dude. Nobody wants anything to do with it, you know? Probably gonna rip the guy's bumper off. Ripping. Oh yeah. Oh, this dude's going for it too. Busted, bro. Oh, he didn't make it. He ain't making it. Oh, he's cooked.
We stayed there along the coast of Lincoln City last night. This is what we get to wake up to. Some crashing waves.
Next morning we awoke and we said, hey, you know what? Let's get out of this little quaint town and let's head down 228 miles to Brookings. 5 hours. 228. Yeah, you heard that right. This coast miles mean nothing. But we needed to fuel ourselves up before we left, so we went and ate breakfast at the Pig and Pancake. Popular for a reason.
Is it butter with cream? Taste it real quick.
No, it's butter.
That's a lot of butter.
Good food, big portions. Kind of breakfast that says, you've got curves ahead. You better eat. And curves there was. Every turn was slowing us down. Every overlook makes you want to stop. Every small town asks you, do you got 10 more minutes to walk through our saltwater taffy store? Sure. Sure we do.
Thanks to Holly, I got dressed first this morning. We look identical. You're going into Trees of Mystery.
But that's good. This road isn't meant to be driven fast. We could have took 101. Everybody takes 101. This one isn't fast. And on our way down to Brookings, we had to make a few stops. Found this cool little beach. I thought, oh, cool, somebody's having a fire later, dude. These are all pictures I snapped along the way because you know what? Memories are meant to be captured. And that's exactly what I was doing. But the biggest memory was just around the corner. From this beach, I think we had like maybe 15 minutes left before we made it to this. Samuel L. Boardman Natural something. I don't know if it's a forest or it's a park. I don't know. But I know this. It's got the natural bridges there. If you haven't heard of these, yeah. This is what I wanted to capture on film and on photographs. This is what I wanted, you know. It's weird, but I like it a lot. It's pretty hairy. I gotta be honest, when you're walking down to get on this, it feels kind of queasy when you see.
Why so nervous? Is that side or that side?
You look over like that's like 100-foot drop into the ocean where the ocean's gonna pound you against a wall. If a whale that's starting to head back north doesn't eat you on the way by. And if you comment in the section, whales don't eat humans, I know.
So, heart pacing, smart pacing. I got this.
It's called sarcasm. Sometimes you don't have to dissect the comedy, just go with it, bro. But we made it down there, and yeah, it was pretty wild. And I thought, oh, I should get up this part, and then I thought, yeah, that's gonna end with a Coast Guard ride. I don't know what those cost, but wasn't ready to find out. So we headed to our next Airbnb that we got that day. Again, we have no agenda. We don't know which way we're going. We're just stopping somewhere. But Brookings was the place this day, and the room didn't have a view, but the deck did. Yeah, it was pretty unreal. Beach access that came with a warning that makes you immediately more interested. The trail down looked like lawyers had already visited, which they must have, because I had to send a text back saying, I am okay with going down this, or whatever. I understand the dangers. I may die. But you know what? I'm getting pictures down there if it's the last thing I do. And if I fall, it probably will be the last thing I do. But was it worth it? Oh!
This looks fun too. That one's like cracking. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. We missed a huge one down the other way.
These are some of the pictures I got while I was down there. Waves hammering the rocks, the sun was starting to drop, there was sea mist in the air, and the smell of seal farts everywhere.
It's so hard to be everywhere at once with these things. I mean, there's some bangers hitting there right now. It's crazy. Absolutely crazy.
But this was our last Oregon sunset, and I wanted to capture it. So when I got back up top, we said, we're going to go get something to eat. And she said, no. And I said, you got to come see this. So we went back out on this deck, sat there, and watched our last Oregon sunset. Felt like we were saying goodbye to a really good chapter. But the next day, we're about to see some things that we ain't never seen before. Yeah. We left Oregon, headed to Northern California, instantly saw two people on the side of the road arguing, and we kept going. Right to the Redwoods. Yeah, that's right, Peter. The Redwoods. Cool air, quiet trails, giants everywhere. This was one of those things that we're like, we kind of, you never know what it's going to be like. But this place makes you feel small right away. We drove into the forest. I was thinking we were going to go do this hike. It was starting to rain, but there's so much canopy in there you don't really feel the rain. But I'm thinking, we got to do this. And we got to do it right. So we went in there. We took this hike and we came out as we were driving out. Like every photographer knows this feeling, you know? I'm just searching for a shot as we're driving. I'm like, because at the place when we asked about, like, I said, where's the cool place to get some photographs? Jerry next to me, she works. She's a photographer. She says there's no good places. The trees ain't easy to shoot. Now, that took that instantly as, oh yeah, Sheree, we'll see.
Looks like a Keebler elf tree. Only bigger.
So I'm searching for everywhere we're driving down these roads. Like, when can we get a good shot? I wanted something. And I knew what I needed, but I just hadn't seen it yet. And then as I came around this corner, I saw it right then, right out the front windshield. I was like, there it is. The right spot. There was fog coming in. There was some sun coming through, a little bit of light rain. But this is the shot I got. That shot, one frame. That is one of my favorite photos I've ever taken. And I've taken a lot in my life. But sometimes the image you chase all trip just suddenly appears. Here's a quaint little starter home. No garage. Park that car on a jack on a hill. Yeah. Right next to the historic Requa in Indian means rape hotel.
Rape in. Yeah. Holy shit.
Well, we rolled into Eureka, California, where the gas prices made me audibly say, Eureka! We had a great fish and chips dinner at this place called Vista Del Mar. Then we headed up a hill, like a mountain, literally a mountain, because we were going to our Airbnb, and we were in the fog. Not on where it was, literally in the fog. That's how high we were in the trees. It was raining outside. It was warm, this little teeny cottage. I was like, this is cool, but it was pouring rain. And we got in there, and my wife's like, they got alpacas. And I'm like, I don't see no alpaca. And then right next to us was like this big pods thing. And I walked outside, and I clanked on it. And sure as shit, we were living next to an alpaca named Cheech. Yeah. Hey, man, are you in there? Is Dave in there? There's no Dave here. Come on, man. Open the door, man. Anyways, this is Cheech. He doesn't have a dentist. His haircut's long overdue, but I don't think he liked me because he never got close. I had to put the zoom lens on for this shot. We got in the car after a nice little breakfast, and then another long day of winding roads. It was exactly what we needed. Hey, buddy. Fancy meeting you here at this stoplight in the middle of nowhere.
We found bears. Think we'll make it?
If we don't, it's going to cost us $15 and then you ain't going through this with a car. Are you filming it? Too bad you didn't have a sunroof to look up.
We are tight as shit. Every sensor is going on in the car.
Next stop, San Rafael. Base camp for San Francisco. It's just north of it. We didn't want to stay in San Francisco because we heard it's like really crazy and stuff.
Just a guy and his dog out for a walk with her dog and lost on heroin.
So we stayed at an Embassy Suites. We took the easy route. San Rafael, Embassy Suites. My wife got 2 free drinks every night. Yeah, we were going to spend 2 days exploring the Golden Gate Bridge, trying to find the best angle for a picture. Turns out, yeah, I don't shoot that thing very well. It's just things aren't, yeah, anyways. But then we went over to San Francisco, which was pretty cool if you love spending money.
You don't like that one? Here's one for you.
And this is why I'm expensive and difficult.
Crazy. That's a repair.
Cost us $10 to get over the Golden Gate Bridge. Yeah, that's cool. Then we went to park. That'd be $25, please, sir. We're going to be like 2 hours. Yep, $25, please, sir.
There's no one driving this goddamn car. It's a goddamn stormtrooper.
What's that tell you? Even a non-driving car knows to stay at least a few feet back from the car in front in case you're rear-ended. You tell me robots ain't taking over. There's nobody driving that fucking car.
Okay.
Goddamn dude in a dress.
So we're already 37 deep on whatever we eat at this point. We haven't even eaten anything yet. But we went over to Pier 39, took some pictures of Alcatraz. Any idea the level of irony behind this? It's pretty cool. We're in San Francisco. There's a rainbow.
So glad I brought an extra pair of pants because we're gonna get drenched.
I ate a hamburger, dude.
Is that how you eat a French fry? Let's see if you take a bite of your hamburger right. I'm not gonna stop until you take a bite of your hamburger.
The food's gonna get cold. I'll hold out forever.
Oh, here we go, guys. You need a pickle now. Oh, you don't like squeeze it out?
My wife had shrimp.
It's making my fingers dirty.
Pinch there, not so far. Just there you go. Oh. Terrible.
Huh?
You gotta squeeze it out like toothpaste.
You didn't say that. You said just pinch it here.
And when we got done with that, I'm like, hey, we paid $25 to park. What feels more unsafe than walking all the way through San Francisco to Lombard Hill?
Might be the last thing we ever see. We got a ways to go.
All the amazing things we'll see. And we did. In the Walgreens parking lot, we witnessed a homeless man taking a dump.
We didn't get to witness a homeless man poop right over there.
Yeah. Travel gives you memories. Not all make postcards.
Everybody's doing their part in San Francisco. Come on.
But the next morning we arose, ready to take on Point Reyes, because this was our last day in California. We were going to take a midnight flight home. We were going to fly home from San Francisco back to Iowa through the night. We hit that first spot. We saw that long ocean. We're like, yeah. We got out of the car. The wind was blowing 47 mile an hour. About blew my toupee right off. Stopped here for a picture on this cliffside where it said, don't climb the fence. And we looked down. 4 people are standing on the edge of this cliff. That seems smart. Then we saw this pathway up to the lighthouse. I thought, should we go? And she's like, yeah, let's do it. So we went up there. And then you get to the top of this hill and you look down and there's the lighthouse. 331 steps below in 40 mile an hour winds. Checked to see if I needed hearing aids, which turns out I do. And yes, they number the stairs, not to help you, to psychologically damage you. They number the stairs on the way back up too, by if you wanted to know. It felt personal as we were walking back up.
Shit. That's a long ways yet. We're not even half the way out of here. Shit.
We got up from there. Now we got to make our way to the airport.
We stopped here so Mom could use the bathroom at this place. And that's what they pointed her to over there. Yeah, we got one. Right next to that lake where the Karate Kid learned how to kick on a front end of a boat. I'm guessing she ain't gonna dig it. Huh?
Then it was San Francisco Airport, back to Iowa, back to regular life. But sometimes my trips don't end when it's over. Because I start working in these photos, these little videos, and all those little moments that we didn't expect along the way. It all became a reminder to me that that one delayed flight took us exactly where we wanted to go.